So many people are of the mind that the Lord does not give us more than we can handle. I don't believe that. I do believe that the Lord gives us far more than we can handle. And that could be financially, it could be emotionally, it could be issues within the family, it could be issues within your job, it could be false accusations, it could be anything where it just feels overwhelming, oppressive, like there's no way out and no way forward. It's at this time where if we turn our eyes to the Lord and press in and trust Him, that He will provide a way. He will provide what we need. Many of you have heard me say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's not some, it's not a few, it's all. There's also a Bible verse that says, my God will supply all of my needs according to His riches in Christ Jesus. That's not some, it's not a few, it is all. So yes, we are often given things that we cannot handle, and we do not know how to get beyond or through, around, or over. But God does know. He's already at the end of our stories, and He already knows what's going to happen. So we must keep our eyes on Him and keep plugging through. It's not easy. It can be very exhausting. It can be overwhelming. It can be disheartening. It can be too much. Those words have come out of my mouth many times. It's just too much. For me, it is. But with God, I've been able to get through many things. And He is who I depend on. And He is my rock. And you've all heard me say it before. And He can be your rock too. He can be the reason that you are still standing. If you think back to some of the Bible stories, Joseph, false accusations, thrown in prison, Noah being scoffed at and laughed at because he was building an ark. That must have seemed very overwhelming, but he pushed through. Job lost everything, but kept his eyes on the Lord, pushed through sickness and disease and loss of financial stability and loss of family, but God gave back to him so much more. Look at Ruth and Naomi losing husbands, but God provided, and they stuck together. And then eventually a new husband came into the picture, and there was prosperity there. Time after time after time in the Bible, there's stories of people who just felt overwhelmed. Look at Sarah, 90 years old. She had wanted a baby for her whole life, most likely. And she finally, at the age of 90, had a son. So, things that seemed overwhelming, the Lord stepped in, took over, and got these people through, prospered them, provided for them, but they kept their eyes on the Lord. They kept their faith. They kept their faith. And that is so important, to keep our faith, keep our eyes on the Lord, and keep pushing through, because God will provide, and He will get us through. And yes, He does give us more than we can handle, but that is so that our eyes stay on Him, and we know that He is the only one that we can trust all the time, 100% of the time. So keep that in mind the next time you're feeling low, or you're feeling like you can't, or you just don't want to. Trust the Lord and keep on keeping on. Take care till next time.